I stopped using my married name after something my wife said. We'd been married for 3 years. When we got married, I took her last name without hesitation, because I loved her and wanted us to feel like a unit. Her last name was Porter. Mine was Morales. I gave up Morales and became Lucas Porter. I never questioned it until last Tuesday. We were at her company's annual dinner, a black tie event. I spent 2 hours getting ready because I wanted to make a good impression on her new boss. When we arrived, Caleb introduced me around the table. "This is my husband, Lucas Porter." I smiled, shook hands, normal small talk. Then one of her coworkers asked how we met. I started telling the story about the coffee shop mix-up when Caleb cut me off. "He was a Morales back then," she said, laughing. "Major upgrade, right?" I froze. She kept going. "Can you imagine introducing your husband as Lucas Morales? Porter just sounds more professional, more American." The table went quiet. I excused myself and sat in a bathroom stall for 15 minutes trying not to cry. My grandfather was a Morales. My father was a Morales. Generations of my family carried that name before I gave it up. And my wife had just called it a downgrade. The next morning I called my bank. "I'd like to change the name on my account." "What name would you like it under?" "Lucas Morales." That week I changed everything back. My driver's license, credit cards, work email, social media. Caleb didn't notice for 6 days. On the 7th day, a piece of mail arrived, addressed to Lucas Morales. She stared at it. "Why does it say Morales?" "Because that's my name. Your name is Porter. You're my husband. I'm your husband, but my name is Morales." She laughed. "Is this about the dinner?" "Babe, I was joking." "Were you?" I showed her a text thread from 3 years ago, right after we got engaged. She had texted her mother, "At least he's taking my name. Can you imagine being Caleb Morales? Sounds like I work at a car wash." Her mom replied, "Thank God. Porter is much better. He'll fit in more with a proper name." Caleb went pale. "You went through my phone. You left it open the night you proposed. I saw it then and tried to convince myself it didn't mean anything." She tried to explain. "My mom is old-fashioned. I was just agreeing with her." "You called my family name something that sounds like a car wash worker." "I didn't mean it like that." "Then how did you mean it?" She couldn't answer. For 3 days, she kept trying to apologize, but every apology made it worse. "I'm sorry you're upset. I'm sorry you took it the wrong way." None of it was real. On the 4th day, her mother called me. "Caleb told me about your little tantrum," she said. "You're being ridiculous. Porter is a perfectly good name. You should be grateful my daughter married you despite your background." I hung up. That night I asked Caleb one question. "You knew your mom looked down on me, didn't you?" She stared at the floor. "I thought if you took our name, she'd accept you more. So instead of defending me, you helped erase my name." She had no answer. I moved into the guest room that night. 2 weeks later, I filed for divorce. Her mother left dozens of voicemails calling me an ungrateful immigrant. I was born in Ohio. Caleb showed up at my office begging me to reconsider, saying I was throwing away our marriage over a name. I told her the truth. "I'm not ending our marriage over a name. I'm leaving because you were ashamed of where I came from." The divorce finalized 2 months ago. I kept Morales, and I've never been prouder to write it.